Hi friends, welcome to my channel Divine Vibrations. I'm Smita here to do the reading for the new moon in Aquarius, which is happening on 12th of February in the Dhanishta Nakshatra. The Lord of Dhanishta is Mars, which is sitting in Aries at this time. So Mars is going to affect this new moon a lot, and also the Dhanishta Nakshatra is associated with royalty, money, grace. So we can see a rise in all these things in the next few days. Mercury is currently retrograde. Mercury, the planet of communication, banking, finances, education. We know that it moved into Capricorn in its retrograde motion on 4th, and it will be part of the grand conjunction that is happening in Capricorn between 9th and 11th, between the 7 planets if you include Pluto. So we have the major 7 planets in Capricorn all clustered together, namely Saturn, Pluto, Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus and Jupiter. This conjunction is there till 11th, and on 12th we have the new moon in Aquarius because Sun and Moon will move into Aquarius. So very powerful days in the next week and also in the coming few days and months. Mercury will go direct in Capricorn on 21st of February. The same day Venus moves out of Capricorn into Aquarius. We are seeing a dance between Venus and Mercury happening here, and this is asking us to acknowledge and balance our feminine side. Mercury and Venus together tell us that the time is now to focus on our healing, especially our femininity, our feminine side, our mother wounds, or any issues we have with our emotions, with our creativity, with giving, with receiving, with caring, nurturing. So these are all feminine aspects that we need to look into again. Look and see where we have blocks in this area, where we need to heal it, our relationship with our mother, our relationship with the woman in our life. If there is an issue there, we need to correct it now. We need to heal it now. And somewhere Mercury's presence emphasizes the need of communication here, emphasizes the need to educate ourselves regarding these issues. Maybe we need to learn and read more about femininity, about the divine goddess, about inner child wounds, or about anything else that we need to correct in ourselves. Or if there is a block between your mother and you, or any other feminine, your sister, your wife, any other woman friends in your life, there's a need to have clear communication here and to clear misunderstandings. It could also be possible that you don't resonate with some people anymore. Some relationships may not resonate anymore for you, and you may decide to change your friend circle, change your job, or change any other aspect or relationship of your life which doesn't resonate with you anymore. This is also a good time to detox and declutter not only your house but also your body and your mind. Remove all those thoughts and all those negative patterns, cycles, repetitive behaviors that are blocking you and your life. It's time to throw it out of your mind. It's time to throw all the clutter out of your house. It's time to detox your body, eat healthy foods, develop healthy habits, do yoga, do meditation. Be careful also about your investments at this time. Don't invest money. This is not a good time the next few days since Mercury is retrograde. Not a good time to invest money. So let's pull out some tarot, and then we'll also pull out some charms afterwards to see what energy is the new moon and the stellium bringing into our life for next few days or months. Let's see what energy the new moon is bringing into our life. And we have cleansing waters, and I just spoke about purification and decluttering and detoxing. It says purification activities, vibrant life forces, just what I've said. So the energy is also emphasizing the need to purify our cells, our energy, our house, our mind, Clear all the clutter, clear all that negativity, clear all that is not needed in your life. Do cleansing method, do inner child healing, use any other healing modality that you know, attend workshops, attend cleansing workshops to release that energy, to clear your body, mind and soul. So let's pull out one more card to see the energy of the new moon and the stellium. We have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Wow. So definitely time to end old cycles, to end old patterns and behaviors that are not serving us. Time to end old relationships, jobs, businesses, places. Leave those places that don't match our vibration. Leave the people that don't match our vibration. Move into the next positive vibration, into higher vibration. Let's pull out one unicorn card to get some further insights on the energy for the next few days. And we have service. This card has been coming many times in our readings. Service with an open heart is a key to satisfaction. So somewhere a lot of emphasis is being given to service, to paying attention to where you are being selfish, where you are not helping other people, where you are not being of service to other people. Sometimes we are so focused on ourselves and our problems, we forget that other people need our help. The other people may need our services. And when we can rise above that and help people around us, see the bigger picture or higher purpose of our life rather than just ourselves, our own nuclear family and our own circle of people. Look at the world, how you can bring more good to the world. That is what you are being called to, not just focusing on yourself and your own family and your own close circle. Think bigger. Think of the world as your family and think of how you can bring more service to the whole world and to the higher good of everyone. So let us see now what cycles are ending in this new moon. What cycles are ending in the new moon and the stellium. What endings will come in the next few days. We have the Seven of Swords. So somewhere I feel we have been in a mode of deception where we have been not being truthful, where we are playing games, mental games. We have been trying to win to satisfy our ego, or we have been operating out of ego. And if you see he has Five of Swords here, and Five of Swords is all about trying to win in the moment, trying to satisfy the ego, empty hollow wins that you do at the expense of love, at the expense of goodness, at the expense of kindness, compassion, at the expense of being in your higher self. You operate out of ego, you operate to satisfy your ego, and those wins are always empty and hollow. They will never give you complete satisfaction. And somewhere we have been living in those cycles. We have been always trying to satisfy our ego, trying to bully people or trying to take advantage of people, trying to use people for our material gains, to satisfy our desires, to satisfy our needs. And in the wake we have been giving them these Two of Swords. We have been giving people hurt, pain and confusion and traumas. And now the time has come to end those cycles of deception and gameplay and ego games. So let us see what cycles we will begin. What cycles will we begin in this new moon and the next few days? What cycles we will begin? What cycles we will begin? We have the Six of Swords, which is a very beautiful card because we will begin the cycle of healing. Six of Swords in the normal deck, if you see, it shows a man with a woman and a child moving in a boat towards calmer waters, from a very choppy waters towards calmer waters. So the time has come for healing. The time has come to end these cycles of deception and move towards healing those traumas within us, or those wounds that cause this type of behavior. I just finished my workshop yesterday and a very beautiful thing came up in the workshop yesterday. We have wounds from our childhood or maybe past life, which are pus-filled wounds. When we interact with people, someone or the other, knowingly or unknowingly, will touch those wounds or will poke into those wounds. Maybe unknowingly also. But they will, and which will cause you a lot of pain. You'll get triggered, it will cause you pain, anger, you'll get angry at the person for causing you that pain. The wound is reopened and it's oozing out pus and blood, and you bleed over it and you suffer because of it, and then you run away from people rather than healing the wound, which is the thing to do here. You keep running away from people who are triggering your wound, or who are touching your wound, or who are causing you pain in that wound, knowingly or unknowingly. The option is not to isolate yourself and run away from the people, because if you get close to people, your wound is getting triggered. Rather, the option here is to heal that wound, so that once that pus is removed completely, you have to sit with that wound and cut it open. It is painful. I understand it is very, very painful. I've done it myself. But we need to let all that pus out. We need to let it bleed, and so that all that poison that is stored in that wound, all that pus that is stored in that wound flows away, and then apply the medicine and heal it, so that then when you are out in a crowd, there is no wound that gets triggered by people. Even if people touch you, you will not get triggered, you will not feel pain, you will not feel anger, because now your wound is healed. So rather than running away from people and isolating yourself to protect your wounds and your wounded body and soul and mind, heal those wounds. So I think this is the time that we will realize that we need to heal ourselves rather than running away from people, running away from situations that are triggering us and making that wound open again and making that pus and blood flow again. We will start healing those wounds rather than running away, which is a very beautiful card. And if you see, this card has so much green and blue here. The two colors you're seeing is green and blue, which is the color of the heart chakra and the throat chakra. So some way you need to open your heart and open your communication. There is a problem with your heart. You've closed your heart and you've closed communication. So these two chakras need to be healed. These two chakras need to be opened. And you need to open your heart and communicate to people. Speak your truth. Explain to them where you're coming from, what has hurt you, what is there in your wound. Let it flow out. Let healing come to you. So let us see what shadows we need to heal or change in ourselves. What is the shadow side that will be activated at this time? And we got goddess. We got this last time also. Exploitation of the female nature. And I just spoke that Venus and Mercury are asking us to heal our femininity or our feminine wounds or our feminine traumas or mother wounds or traumas that we have. So some way we have a trauma regarding a mother, maybe from this life, from previous lives, or some other female in our life or in our femininity. So we need to heal those wounds. We need to let pus flow out of us and clear those wounds. That is our shadow side that we need to work on. I just did a workshop on self-love and shadow side, and we had tremendous breakthroughs during the workshop. So many shadows of so many people came up for healing, and they had breakthroughs. If you want to, you can get in touch with me to attend one of these workshops for shadow side, and this will help you a lot. So now let us see how this new moon and the stellium will affect our relationships, our romance and relationship. How will it will affect our romance and relationships. It says you deserve love. You are lovable. So self-love has been coming up a lot of times in the last few readings, and even my workshop was all about healing your shadow and coming into self-love. You deserve love. Somewhere I feel that there is a lot of problem with lack of self-love, lack of self-worth in the collective. Somewhere you don't feel that you deserve to be loved, you don't feel that you deserve to be valued, you deserve to be cared, you deserve the best in life. That's why you make do with all the shit that people are giving you, all the unsatisfactory jobs, unsatisfactory relationships, unsatisfactory house environment or anything else in your life that may be not matching your vibration, not up to your mark, not good enough for you, but you make do with it. You allow it in your life. Behaviors from people, insult, not being treated correctly, you allow it because you feel you don't deserve anything better. This is what you deserve. This is what you're destined for. This is what life has given you, and you have to live with it and suffer all your life. But that's not true. The moment you decide that you deserve love, you are lovable and you can get better in life, then you will get better in life. You will get better things. But it's up to you to find your self-worth, self-esteem and self-love. So we need to rise in self-love. We need to find self-love. And usually these things happen, our self-worth and self-esteem is eroded or corroded during our childhood days in where our inner child is wounded by the people around us, telling us that we are worthless, we are donkeys, we are not good enough, we are good for nothing, and other things that may have been told to us, and we start believing that. And even as adults, we still operate out of that same child. Rather than becoming the adult now, we are still operating from that childhood behavior. What we did in our childhood, we are still behaving in the same way. We are still reacting in the same way. And even if the people who told us all these negative things in childhood are not around us, we say it to ourselves. We tell ourselves, you're not good enough. We tell ourselves, you are a donkey. We tell ourselves, you're not capable of anything good. You don't deserve anything better. This is what life has given you. We bash ourselves, and which is very wrong. We need to change that. We need to rise in self-love. We need to heal that inner child wounds and remember that we deserve love. Let's see what message the angels want to give us for this. And we have be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So sometimes we hold on to old anger, traumas, angst, pain, hurt that others may have caused us since our childhood, in our teens, or even in our current adult life. If there is someone who has hurt us, or if we have hurt ourselves, or we have made mistakes and hurt people, if we have done bad, and we live with that guilt and shame that you carry, you have to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for the mistakes you made. You are human. You cannot be 100% perfect. You will make mistakes. You will say and do things that are not right, that are harmful, that are hurtful, that are not right, not in integrity, maybe harsh, maybe rude. There will be instances where we will be all of that. But we have to forgive ourselves because we are human. We get carried in emotions. We will make mistakes. We cannot be 100% perfect. And we need to learn to forgive ourselves. And once we learn to forgive ourselves for our mistakes, it will be easier for us to forgive others for their mistakes. Because we will understand that even they are human, they also make mistakes. They can also be harsh or say things that are hurtful at times without really meaning it. Doesn't mean they don't love us. This is a big problem I find between people. Being in love and being able to express your love are two different things. Some people don't know how to express their love, though they love you. So they may show it in ways which are not good for you or which are different from the way you do. So that doesn't mean they don't love you. You need to remember that you deserve love and you are lovable and people do love you. Don't judge people because of their behavior or a few mistakes. Let those mistakes pass. Forgive them. Let us pull out a monology card to get some divine guidance. Let's get some more divine guidance for the new moon and the stellium. Let's get some divine guidance. And we have again, you are good enough. You deserve love. You are good enough. The full moon in Virgo. So again, the card of self-esteem and self-worth is coming up again. The universe is reiterating what I said, that it is time to build up your self-esteem, heal your shadow side, increase your self-love, self-worth. Remember that you deserve love. Remember that you are good enough. Look in the mirror, do mirror exercise. Look in the mirror every day and look into your eyes in the mirror and say to yourself every day that you deserve love and that you are good enough. Let's pull out a crystal for this new moon. Let's see which crystal wants to come out for us for the new moon and the stellium. Which crystal wants to come out for us? We have the green dyed agate. It reads, are you in the process of purifying your body, mind and spirit? And we got the purification card. We got the detox card. And I mentioned about time for detoxing, and this is again repeating the same message. It's so beautiful. I just love it when what I speak and what the planets are saying matches the cards again and again, and the universe keeps confirming that we are on the right path when we are saying something. Is it time to transform situations that challenge you? It's time to cleanse and purify. Listen to the sounds of nature or make your own sounds and sing. Take the time to walk in the rain, swim in the pond or soak in a tub. You can change your life through the power of intention using water and sound. Wow. And today I was guided to do sound healing before starting this reading. I was inspired to ring the singing bowls before I started this reading. So somewhere I feel The universe keeps guiding us to the right things. Sound is very important. Maybe you can listen to some good mantras which increase your vibration, which clear the negativity. You can put it on your laptop or your phone and listen to them during the day or whenever you have time while driving or other times. You can take salt baths to clear the negativity in your aura. Walk in nature, walk bare feet on nature, ground yourself. Go spend time in the jungle or in between in a park where there are a lot of trees and walk on the grass. It will help you. Or on the beach, soak in a bathtub, put some nice salts in it and soak in it. Let your body, mind get cleansed. Big emphasis on cleansing at this time. So let us see what love messages are coming from the universe for this new moon. Let's see what love messages are coming from the universe for this new moon. What love messages are coming to us for this full moon. And we have convince yourself, not others. The need to clarity, explain or justify oneself in personal relationships is always self-serving. What's important is knowing the truth about why you felt the need, because it often points to insecurities that could be dealt with in more effective ways. So sometimes we try to convince others why we are doing something or why we are not doing something. We give our excuses, we make excuses. I don't have money, that's why I cannot do this. I cannot take this step because of my job or because of my family, because of my father, because of my mother, because of my brother, or because my boss won't let me do it, or because something else has happened, because I don't have this particular luxury or this particular XYZ, whatever you may feel lack of in your life. You give excuses to others regarding your not taking the step. You convince yourself, not others. That means somewhere you are giving place to your fears. Just before this reading, I was telling someone that life will never be perfect to take any action. There will always be some ups and downs. There will always be something that is not right. If we wait for a perfect situation to take a particular step or to do something in our relationships or in our work or in any other decision of our life, we will always be sitting and waiting, and it will never happen because life will never be perfect. Situations will never be perfect. There will always be something or the other falling apart in our life. We have to just do what we have to do regardless of what is around us. So don't give those excuses to yourself. Take action. You're giving it because of the insecurities you yourself have. You're not trying to convince others. You're trying to convince yourself that you're right in not taking action. Because somewhere in your heart you know that you are wrong. You need to take that action. You're just making excuses for it. So go ahead and do what needs to be done. Don't wait for perfect circumstances because they will never happen. Let's pull out a blessing to see how the new moon is going to bless us. How will the stellium bless us? How will the new moon bless us? We have a blessing on a homecoming. This is a very beautiful card. Look at how beautiful the colors are. And there's so much green here. So it is a heart-centered card. A homecoming is always your heart. Heart is always your home. We all get lost in life. We all start with being in a heart as children. But over the time, with the conditioning of society, our families and our neighbors and the people around us, we leave our heart and we go out into our mind. We settle in the mind. And that takes us away from our home. Because we are so entrenched in the ego, we are so entrenched in the materialistic pleasures, in the materialistic gains, our jobs and our money, our wealth, our properties, our bank balances, pleasing the boss, pleasing the people around us so that everyone is happy with us, everyone should think we are good people, everyone should feel positive about us, everyone should say nice things about us. We want to put up an ideal front to everyone and we keep wearing masks and we keep behaving in certain directive ways or fixed ways so that we are in everyone's good books. But that takes us away from our heart because we are not authentic, we are not real, we are not doing what we really wanted to do. We are trying to please everyone else except ourselves. And the time has come for us to come back to our heart, come back to our own selves. That is our home. To understand that you are good enough as you are. You don't need to put up those masks. You don't need to pretend to be something else or someone else to please the people around you. Just be yourself. You are lovable, you deserve love, you are good enough. So we need to heal ourselves and detach from our ego and come back to our heart, come back to love, come back to unconditional love for ourselves and everyone else around us. It could also mean literal homecoming for some of you who may be away from home, who may be traveling abroad, or who have lived abroad for some time. They may come back to their hometown, or you may move to your hometown, or you may move into a new home. That could also be possible for some of you. So now let's see what the charms have to say for us. We will first pull out some alphabets from this beautiful box. It could be the first name, last name, or middle name of somebody who would be important to you during this new moon and the days after. We have V, N. If you can form any words, that is also possible. We have E, we have I, and we have Q, and we have M. Let's pull out some numbers from this beautiful box to see some dates or numbers that will be important in the next few days. It could be your birthday, life path number, soul path number, or expression number, or any number that is important to you or someone in your life. We have 5, 7, 12. 12 boils down to 3. It could also be multiple of 3. We have 9, 6. We have 6. It could be 69, 57, 96, 75. And we have 3. Wow, we have 369 here. Which are the Tesla number. 369 is a very good sequence, lucky numbers. So something nice will come in this new moon. Let's see some qualities that we need to bring into our life from this. Some qualities that will help us in this new moon. And we have belief. So believing in yourself is very important. Trust and belief. And we also got the you deserve love and you are good enough. So you need to believe in yourself. That is the most important thing here. Believe your intuition, believe in yourself, have faith in the universe. And we have peaceful. So be at peace, find your peace, find out what will bring you peace. Don't live in conflict, don't live in war zone always. Don't let a war be going on within your mind and heart all the time. That is the biggest drainer of energy, the biggest harbinger of negative energy. That is what makes people mentally, emotionally and physically sick. The fight between your mind and heart. It will empty you of any peace, any happiness, any joy, mentally, even emotionally, even financially. It will drain you completely, this war. So end that war as soon as possible and bring peace. And we have wisdom. So trust your own wisdom. Trust in your own belief, your intuition, and your heart will tell you what is the right thing to do. Or take the advice of someone wise around you and they will guide you to the right path. So let's pull out some zodiac signs from this box to see which zodiac signs will be important for you in the next few days. We have Pisces. We have Aquarius, and we are in the it will be the Aquarius new moon. And we have Aries. Mars is in Aries, aspecting the new moon. Let's pull out some charms now from this bag to get more insights what this new moon will bring for us. We have a donut, so something sweet is coming into our lives. We will enjoy some sweetness, or someone may gift us some sweets. Or some sweetness will be brought into our lives by the universe. We have a flower. In fact, we have two flowers here. So we could also be gifted flowers and sweets. And Valentine's Day is approaching, so it's quite possible that you may receive flowers and sweets, chocolates on Valentine's Day. We have a beautiful bow here, so you may go out for a party, you may go out for something, some official function, that is also possible. We have a money clip here, so somewhere money may come to you, you may work on getting some more money, you may work on a project that will bring more money to you. We also have a stamp here, official stamp, so maybe you may um, have a contract, official contract. It could be anything, a contract for a new job or a new project, or you may move into a new place and you may sign the contract for the property, or you may sign the contract to get married, or you may sign a contract to get divorced, or you may sign any official contract for some orders or something. But definitely there is something official that will happen and that may bring money also to you, or it may involve money. We have the star here. So star is a sign of healing. It is also the sign of Aquarius. So again, Aquarius may be important for you. The Aquarius new moon may be important for you. Star is also about healing, of destiny, of luck, of expansion, of having hope in the future. In fact, we have one more star here. Wow, we have two stars. So definitely something destined will happen. Some luck will happen. A change of luck may happen. A change, things that may were stuck may get opened. Something good may come out of it. Keep your karmas on the right side and good things will come to you. We also have the leaf here. So it may also be that something that will start at this time may culminate in the spring season. Spring season will be of significance for you. We also have a feather here. So feathers are about angels. So angels are protecting you and blessing you. And they are taking care of you, always around you. They are pushing you forward, encouraging you. And we have the owl. Lot of wisdom coming to you, and we did get wisdom here, and we have the owl here. So definitely universe is going to send you lot of wisdom and lot of messages to heal yourself, to heal your life, to heal your situation. Pay attention to the messages you receive. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the messages that come to you through the universe. And you have a small queen here. A cute little queen. It is also about coming into your power, realizing you are a goddess, you are a queen. So from moving from the shadow side of the goddess to the positive light side, coming into your power, wearing the crown, being recognized for your efforts, being recognized for your skills in your workplace, or anything else that you may be doing or waiting for recognition may come to you at this time. In the Valentine's time, maybe you may meet your queen. That can also be possible. So let's pull out some astro dice from this and get some more insights. And we have the microscope. So maybe we need to look at things more closely. We are not looking at the minute details. Especially if you're signing these contracts, you need to pay attention to the minute details and read between the lines. Be sure that you read all the terms and conditions properly. Be careful to pay attention to all the dot your I's and cross your T's, and that may be important. The other message I'm getting here is maybe you are stuck into minute details and you're not looking at the big picture of the whole situation, and you need to look at that rather than looking at the small flaws that you may see in the situation or a relationship or a person or your life. Stop looking at it through a microscope. Look at the bigger picture. And we have a soldier. We had got it last time also. So maybe you're always in defense mode, you're always very defensive, keeping on guard and always keeping your guns pointed to fire away anyone who comes close to you. You're wearing an armor to protect yourself, and that prevents you from opening yourself up to people, that prevents people from coming close to you. Of your defensive attitude and being friendly and loving and fun and playful. It may be both ways it can go. Either you are too much on the defensive and you need to be more fun and playful and relaxed, or you are too relaxed and you need to be cautious and on your defense and be alert to what is happening around you. More alert and aware. And we have the dragon. So the dragons also bring messages of raising to your higher vibration, or it could be the phoenix rising above the ashes. So it can mean a lot of transformation, it can mean a lot of changes in your life. You need to fly above, rise above the petty and mundane and the microscopic things and see things from a higher perspective. It is also about healing. It is also about facing your inner dragons and demons and healing. And we have a UFO. So somewhere I feel that today in the Monday reading that I put in the morning, we got the star seed card. So maybe some of you are from different planets, you are star seeds, light workers. Mostly people who watch my videos are healers and light workers themselves. And maybe you're a star seed and you're come from a different planet, that's why you don't feel you belong here. And UFO is also about seeing the earth from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. So that is also I'm getting that from most of your this, that we need to rise above and see the higher perspective. Or we need homecoming could also be, and remembering your starseed nature. We got the card of homecoming. So maybe you are star seeds and you need to remember that you are a star seed. Maybe you belong to Sirius or Palladius. You need to remember that, and you need to reconnect with that energy and reconnect with that power to and get on mission. We are here to fulfill our mission on earth, and we need to get in touch with that mission as soon as possible. Stop seeing the minute things of life and look at your bigger mission. And we have the sun. And the sun is again a card of trust, innocence, light, healing, being your authentic self, of ultimate happiness. Just like the colors here, these are the colors of the sun. And of your sacral chakra and your Manipur chakra, the navel chakra, and we have the sun here. So it's a lot of emphasis on self-worth, self-esteem. Sun is also moving into Aquarius on 12-13. And the sun is all about your personality. So are you being radiant, or are you allowing it to be eclipsed? Are you being honest? Are you being equal to everyone? Are you radiating with your full power? Radiate your light. Dazzle others with your light and shine. Don't dim your light to fit into others' molds of you, what you should be. Dazzle. Spread your light, be outgoing. Sun is also about Leo, so be more outgoing, be more confident, be more self-assured. Finally, let's pull out a planet to see which planet will affect us the most at this time. Which planet will affect us the most at this time. And we have Neptune. So Neptune is currently in Pisces. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, and it is all about going within, about universal love or unconditional love, which is what Aquarius also stands for, humanitarian love, being altruistic, doing what is good for the whole of society, doing what is good for the collective consciousness, paying attention to how your behavior is affecting humanity on the whole. Are you still clinging to old beliefs and thoughts or patterns, or are you changing with the current times? Are you updated about the current latest technologies and latest ways of thinking and latest ways of being, not being stuck in old paradigms, not being stuck in old beliefs and patterns? Aquarius is all about new, about discovering something new or creating something new out of the box, thinking out of the box of latest technologies, latest gadgets, and latest everything latest and something new which has never been done before. So Neptune is also pushing you to do something new that has never been done before. Do something new. So this was the reading for the new moon in Aquarius. I hope you liked it. If you did, if this reading resonated with you, do like, share, subscribe, and leave your comments, leave suggestions of what type of readings you like, and I will try to do more readings based on that. I will do a new reading based on love for the Valentine's Day, so stay tuned for it. Subscribe to my channel so that you receive the notification when I post it. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Bye bye.